What is a water dragon? They are types of lizards which are reptiles like crocodiles, turtles, and snakes. All reptiles are cold-blooded. They are not actually cold, as they regulate their temperature with the sun and shade and water. A better word for cold-blooded is ectothermic, as they use their environment to regulate their temperature. There are many types of dragons. They live all over Australia, from the deserts to the rainforests, and even up high in the mountains. This is a mountain dragon, Rankinia diamensis. This species lives up in the mountains where it snows in ACT, New South Wales, Victoria, and Tasmania. It is only about 15 centimeters long. This is an eastern bearded dragon, Pagona barbata, demonstrating defensive behavior. These dragons live in the dry areas, not near waterways like the water dragon. As they are diurnal, you can find this species on hills in and around Canberra during the day. So why are water dragons so special? The name water dragon refers to two different lizards in Australia. The eastern water dragon Atelogama lassurii and the Gippsland water dragon Atelogama lassurii. It is important to understand the scientific names to make sure you know which one you are looking at. Adult water dragons grow average 75 centimeters, but can grow to 1 meter. They are big as far as dragons go, but most of their length is tail. Their tail is about 2/3 of their body length. The water dragons have a fleshy tongue and clearly visible ear holes. Their tail is laterally compressed, which means it is thin and tall like a crocodile's tail. The tail is helpful, as they are great swimmers using a side-to-side motion. The males are more brightly colored than the females and are slightly larger. The males generally have striking features like the nuchal crest on the head. The spiky scales on the back of the head are called the nuchal crest. This adult male has strong colors. Gippsland water dragon, Atelogama lassurii. Like most dragons, they have spinose, spiky-looking scales. That's what makes the crest and a ridge from their head all the way to their tail. They have 5 toes on each foot with long claws. Which part of Australia do they live in? Both types of water dragon live on the east coast of Australia. The eastern water dragon lives from northern Queensland to southern New South Wales. The Gippsland water dragon lives slightly south of Sydney into eastern Victoria. What is their habitat? Water dragons, as their name describes, generally live close to water and often hide in the water. They live on the ground, terrestrial, and in the trees, arboreal. As they live near water, that habitat is called the riparian zone. Behavior. What do they do when they see you or a predator? If a water dragon is startled, it may puff up its throat pouch and open its mouth to scare off predators. They jump out of trees into the water and swim or go to the bottom of rivers. They have been known to hide underwater for over an hour without a problem. A water dragon normally runs on 4 legs, but can run on 2 to move even faster to escape a predator. Here is a young dragon running on its back 2 legs. Dragons communicate with each other with head bobs and hand waving. This can warn off other males, but sometimes they will fight by biting and wrestling each other. They also lick the ground with their fleshy tongue sometimes. When you see a water dragon, they may look at you with interest to see if you are a predator or if you are harmless. Diet. Water dragons are omnivorous, which means they eat plants and animals. Most reptiles have been known to eat fish, frogs, insects, crustaceans, and fruits and flowers. The ACT and region. The Gippsland water dragon is the only species of water dragon that occurs in the ACT. They are often seen along the Murrumbidgee corridor, as well as some other smaller rivers in the region. There are a few major and a few minor rivers, tributaries, and creeks that the water dragons live nearby. The main one is the Murrumbidgee with the Molonglo, Ginninderra Creek, and many other minor tributaries included. The main area natural habitat is along the Murrumbidgee corridor. They also inhabit most areas along any river that is perennial, has water all year. The Murrumbidgee is the largest river in the ACT and travels from the south to the north, running along the edge of Canberra. The Murrumbidgee has a floodplain, and along this floodplain called a riparian zone, there are many areas of Casuarina cunninghamiana, which is river sheoak. The National Botanic Gardens in Canberra has a large population of water dragons, even though there is not a lot of water. There you can see them in the warmer months, running along the ground and across paths. You may also see them basking in the sun if the weather is cool, or hiding in the shade if it is hot. If you are lucky, you can see them chasing insects and startling the odd visitor as they run away. I would highly recommend you visit the National Botanic Gardens yourself to observe their behavior and see them in their natural habitat. When you see them along the Murrumbidgee, they may be in the trees, and the first you notice of them is often the sound of a splash as they leap into the water.